I did a video, and I was reaching out to Dane Calloway to secure records, our records that go way back.
They got them in the Vatican, don't they?
No, not those. These are here on our land. They in the national parks. The biggest archive is in it's in the Plain States. I think it's in Missouri. But anyway, in the video I was going over showing where our family books was, or our family grimoire. Family grimoire, or we call them our family's book of life. And this is where where our books end is where their system picks up.
So that's that family Bible that people used to have, and that's where they get that concept from.
Right. So the Bible was the transitional book. But before the Bible came over here, we was keeping records in the family book. It was just called the family book. Some people called it Big Mama book. But this is how we kept track of who would be born when, based on the day they was born and the day they left. Doulas submit the information. Every family's supposed to have their own doula center. For the women, we ain't supposed to go to the hospital in front of these spotlights to have babies. We ain't supposed to do that. That's what they be saying. It's the same as Men in Black when they flash you. When they say they seen the bright light that erased their memory. This is what they talking about. But the memory is it's pieced together in a way that you're not really realizing that that bright light you seen that erased your memory was in the motherfucking delivery room.
That's wild. Yeah, me and my girl, we keep talking about just making sure we tap in with a doula, because it's really unnatural. When you just sit down and think about it, they got us doing a lot of unnatural stuff, even the toilets we sit on. You know what I mean?
Women supposed to have an option for what you call a water birth or a dry birth, right? The ones who brought Admiralty law is called a water birth or a dry dock, right? So it's still the same thing, but they took control of our birthing process. They switching our babies, and as children, they know who they is and who they. When they steal your baby when it's born, make sure that while your wife incapacitated, they don't switch the baby out with a dead baby and tell her it was still born. Well, at this point, they know where they sending this baby. They know what family, because they doing this nature nurture experiment with the human. Been doing it the whole time, part of the eugenics program, right? We blazed the shit out of Margaret Sanger stinking ass about eugenics, right? But the eugenics doctrine was written by Enki for the purification of the blood of the righteous.
And right? They flipped it like everything else.
Yeah, they turned it around and used it backwards against us.
I hate to keep bringing that goddamn show up, but Lovecraft Country, boy, that's just
it's all in there.
It is.
American Gods too.
Yep.
It's all in there.
Yo, Orlando,
that's what they made those. Yeah, all that was to show you who we was, and that all of the masters that's ever been on Earth is in America, born in America during the close of the age to close this shit out. This is how the Eritrean Nipsey Hussle reincarnated Haile Selassie end up in California. How the fuck that happened? But don't nobody know he Lil Rah-Rah from Outlaw, because they don't know how to pay attention. If you remember in the beginning of Outlaw, he said, Lil Rah-Rah, what you gonna be when you grow up? He said, man, I'm gonna be an outlaw. That's Nipsey. 11-year-old, that's 11-year-old Nipsey.
And then his whole message.
Look, Nipsey.
So that
Nipsey
wise beyond your ear, wise beyond your age, is always a reincarnation type of thing. Because Nipsey been wise beyond his age since. Just going back watching some of his younger videos, like he was too wise for.
Look,
16.
he was under the tutelage of Tupac when he was like 7, 6, or some shit like that. And Tupac still called him and talked to him to this day.
Damn.
He had to call him in Eritrea right now because he had to be extracted because they was trying to murder him for real. We just couldn't let that shit happen.
So I seen this video because you said they still talk to each other. So I seen a video saying that Pac is like a kill the MC, even Biggie's still alive, and who else was it? And
kill the MC, not Tupac, but Tupac was at All Eyes on Me premiere with Shock G in Hollywood movie makeup.
Yeah, and then the last one was Eazy-E. Those three, it like showed a video of those three together randomly. Some all in where they say Tupac.
Eazy-E was one of the chiefs, one of the chiefs from the West Coast. His number is 88. That's the City Queen. If anybody do something to Eazy-E for real, if Eazy-E, they not finna kill Eazy. That'll make their whole fraud be exposed instantly. When the 88 City Queen, that means that he got the blessing of the High Queen on the land. Right? So they can't touch him. He's one of the what you call untouchables. You can kill him, but it's going to be severe consequences if you do. And if you the opposition, you know you're not supposed to kill him, so you're going to try to get one of us to do it. Right? And that's how they've been getting away with it, because they've been using us to kill us.
That's a good question, Temple by Nia. So she said, so every person was a chief or something close. Basically, if you make it a celebrity status, you've already.
Yeah, so all of these celebrities that come out of our community was the chiefs in going undercover. Since the 70s, we started infiltrating Hollywood to use the big screen and to use the music industry to expose what was being done on the land. We know how to put the message on the drum. Listen to the music of the 70s. Be telling you, in the 60s, 50s, Sam Cooke had a gospel song. And he said, Lord, there's a message in every song we sing. Right? Then the OJs come along in the 70s and say, there is a message in our music. Right? Gil Scott said the revolution will not be televised, and he told us to look for the ghetto code. Did it that?
In the music.
Yes. Because what he was doing, that's called scatting.
In jazz.
Right. And the spin-off, the scat, is what we call the knockback. The knockback worked like this. That. Remember, there's a song came from Germany in the early 80s called Din Da Da.
Oh,
din da da, don't do, din da da. Right, that's the scat on the ghetto code. Why is this fucking German using our ghetto code coming from Germany, making that shit into a hit over here? The only person in Germany that knew our code was named Adolf Hitler.
He did. He called his guys Jews.
He the only one who knew our code. And you can't teach it to nobody because it has to be part of your DNA. It got to be part of it, got to be in your DNA, or else it's not going to resonate and you're not going to never catch it.
Right.
Right? So now let's go back to the beginning of hip hop. Remember, it's a message in the music. Who started hip hop? What was their names? A couple of the founding fathers.
What's the not cool in there?
Grandmaster Cool Herc.
Grandmaster Cool Herc.
Grandmaster Flash. Grandmaster Melly Mel. Grandmaster Cool C. Grandmaster Cool C. Right? Now, the question at this point, if hip hop is founded by all these grandmasters, what in the fuck is these niggas grandmasters of?
What lodge are the grandmasters with?
Now, that's the question to ask. Because now we talking about Nation of 5% Gods and Earths, Clarence 13X, who was murdered by some niggas. They look like us, but they ain't us. So when the 5%ers come out, Rakim, X-Clan, Redhead Kingpin, Poe Righteous Teachers, Q-Tip, all these motherfucking 5%ers is flooding the music industry with ghetto code. If they flood the music industry with ghetto code, go back to the 91 Ice Cube interview with the news reporter, and she was asking about gangster rap. He said, we don't see ourselves as gangster rappers. We see ourselves more like reporters. We just giving a report to the public on what's going on in our community.
Right.
Yeah.
Yo, so they really dancing with the devil to try to figure out, get the cheat codes. Bro, that fucking show gave away everything. I already knew it gave away a lot, but it was the same thing. He went back into the lodge knowing that they would try to use him to gain more access to higher level realms, but he needed to get the information so he can get it back to his people. Right.
Now, what did Tupac say? Now, this is like 2 or 3 years apart. Tupac said that I don't know what the solution is, but I know this. If I keep talking about the dirt in the community and how bad it is in the community, somebody got to come along and clean that shit up. Ain't that what he said? Right? Yep. Now, every time you run into a major hip hop issue, where do all of the rappers go?
You said when it comes to a major hip hop issue, where the rappers go?
Yep. Who do they go to solve their problems?
Oh, you talking about Jay?
I'm gonna give you a clue. Second round knockout, Cannabis. I'll let you kick a verse. Fuck it. I'll let you kick them all. Then wait for your studio audience to depart. Then I kick you when you're growing, stick you for your Vanguard award and find your first, second, and third born. Have your wife get on the horn, called Minister Farrakhan, so he can squash this. I said, no, he started this. He forgot what a hardcore artist is. Who did he call? Who did he tell his wife to call?
Oh, Farrakhan.
A few of you in a few smoke-filled rooms, right? Making plans while the brown, yellow, black, white, poor, struggling are suffering. Remember? Right. That ain't no coincidence. Farrakhan was a violinist. He got a love for music. That means that if it's a message coming on the music, he can catch it if don't nobody else catch it.
So that's what MJ was doing when he was that he was sending codes.
All that's codes.
Yo, that's wild.
Yep. So the chiefs move around on the land and relocate regularly to find out how to read different parts of the culture from different parts of the land. This is why I end up having residents at different times on multiple places on the land. I done lived in Mississippi. I done lived in Tennessee, Georgia, Delaware, New York, New Jersey, Chicago, Michigan, because I have to become familiar with the different ghetto codes across the land so I could put all of the pieces together to see who don't belong here. And this is how we was able to communicate messages from as far back as 1492 to now without never losing the integrity of the message, because it's already in the public domain. So all we got to do is tell everybody where the original message at. So when you go back to the arrival of the conquistadors in South America, the elders said they didn't see no ships. Why would they say that when they know what a ship looked like? Because they've been trading with West Africa and they've been trading with East Asia for thousands of years. They know what ships look like. The settlers blamed it on their cognitive dissonance. But our elders knew the strategy they were already implementing at that time. So they made sure that it was understood that didn't no ships come unloading us off, we was already here.
Yep. Yeah, you and Dane definitely need to tap in for sure.
Yeah, Dane is the certified grid on the land. He got to lead the sorting of the documents on the turnaround.
Okay.
And every tribe got to send him a research assistant, and he can organize that. But that's his job. That ain't my job, so I'm not worried about it. He'll take care of what he's supposed to take care of because he been taking care of what he's supposed to take care of.
Yeah, he been diligent, consistent. That man definitely on his job. Okay, next question. We got Oshun. You see it right there? It says, have you read the letter from Trump telling the companies to zero out all accounts?
I haven't read that letter.
Yeah.
But it doesn't surprise me because all of the banks is about to go belly up any day now, because on the 4th of July was the last day that the Federal Reserve was allowed to print fiat. There's no more fiat being printed currently. So all that came to a stop on the 4th.
Wow. That's so you feel like they knew they wouldn't be able to print anymore, so they tried to come up with the cryptos of the world?
No. The currency got to change over to a gold-backed or a substance-based currency.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Gross domestic product, gross national product is sufficient to what you call support any currency we choose to use. But we can't use fiat because nothing backs it. The only thing backing the fiat currency is debt, and debt is slavery. So it's a system of slavery being imposed on the people without their knowledge.
Okay, this question a little different. Let me go to this one first. If you take all your money out, this is just, I've been telling people, like he said, if it's going to be gold back, get you some gold. So you can, if you really want to, you can transfer it to whatever.
Well, what's going to happen, because if you go back to our video I did on Facebook, it's called the $1 Trillion Recovery Plan. It's the instructions on how to secure the finances of each person with money, so that nobody can can go bankrupt on the flip. Only thing can happen on the flip, if you got fiat, we're gonna buy the fiat from you, right? But it's gonna be destroyed. The only reason we buying it so that the holders of those credit notes are not penalized for the dirt that the dirty motherfuckers did.
Okay, so they actually came out with something to rectify that.
Right. So they want to use quantum encryption because quantum encryption makes sure that you can, no nation or no country can use more money than they have on reserve at any given time. So nobody can go bankrupt. Right. So let's say, for instance, we call a construction crew in to rebuild the highway because it's all, worn. And the company was going to get paid in fiat. Well, we're not going to pay them in fiat on the flip. They might lose some employees and the company might go belly up. But when they get the payout on the flip, they're going to get paid in gold-backed currency. That way they can re-establish their company, restructure, and then they can go back into business on a cash basis where if you do a job, you get paid the value of what you did in a currency that's backed by something, substance.
Okay, bad. Oh, buddy said he sent that document to your DM.
Okay, I'll look at it when we get done. What's the best method of tapping into my Akashic records? So first, before you can tap into your Akashic, which gives you past life information, you got to learn how to read your present life. So you go over your life and you review your struggles, what you learned, and why would Big Mama have you learn that is the question that you following when you're doing this research or this life review. If you don't wait till you dead to flash your life in front of your eyes, you can see clearly your mistakes and your recoveries, and then you'll know what you've been trained to do.
Hmm. Yeah, that's wild. So basically, you need to have a near-death experience before you.
It don't have to. It's
No, I'm just like, you know.
Yeah, but it goes back to the proverb. It say, "He who dies yet lives finds eternal life." Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's the death of the ego. And the death of the ego purifies the self for the higher self to assume the position that was previously occupied by the ego.